My name is Sue Brain. Do you want me to look at you or the camera?
No, it doesn't matter. That's whatever's
My
going.
name is Sue Brain and I come from England.
Alright, and why did you come to Dharamshala? What did
I'm volunteering here as an English teacher, so I'm teaching the monks in the temple English.
For how long?
I've been here a week and I've got another 2 weeks to go.
Alright, and what do you think about the whole Tibetan issue? Do you have a say on it?
I think it's very, very sad, and I've heard some very distressing stories from people I've spoken to, and I was very moved the other day when the school children, the older school children, were doing their fast for 24 hours. And I don't think, the world knows about this, but I don't think we care enough about it.
Do you think will Western governments, I don't know if what words we might, because I kind of get the feeling, is it rhetoric, or not just Western governments, but
Any international
organizations, are they willing to really do something concrete, or is it lip service?
You know, it's such
a difficult question, I know.
Because of China and the impact that China has on the world, and economically, and all the stuff politically. You know, China is a very major power now, and I think for any government to turn around and just say, well, sorry, we've got to get out of Tibet. I can't see that happening. I can't see that happening, and I think the tragedy is the persecution, and the fact that some of these monks have been separated from their families for 20, 30 years, and they can't have a conversation with their families back home. And I think that is, apart from hello, I'm fine. I mean,
the basic of any kind of human rights or political, civil, social, any kind of rights, really, isn't it?
Well, it's a complete travesty, and yet, because of the political situation in the world as it is at this moment, everybody's playing split service to these massive, major governments, and I've also heard that it's very difficult for the Tibetans to be in India. They want to be home, and this is an alien culture to them. So, they are refugees, they're political refugees, but in fact they're highly spiritual beings, and they don't want to be political, but they are being forced to be political. And I find that tragic, and I think the Dalai Lama is awesome, and the fact he's done what he's done, and I was talking to one of the monks today, and he was saying that the Dalai Lama's attitude is, if he'd stayed in Tibet, then the world would never have really understood the Tibetan.
It's kind of a paradox, isn't it?
Yeah. But the suffering, which is all about, that's the Buddhist way, has been enormous. So, it's a travesty, and yet I can understand what the Dalai Lama says, and I think his teachings about, being just kind and gentle and non-violence is fantastic, but that's not what they're experiencing by the Chinese.
And don't you think it's the right of an organization like the United Nations to take a step, though they aren't doing anything?
I can't answer that because I don't know. I think politics these days is so complex. There's so many underlying factions in politics all over the world. I don't think anything's black and white anymore. I think it's, humanity, there's 7 billion of us on this planet all wanting human rights. It's not going to happen. It can't. I think you have to think about a much broader scope than just the Tibet issue. People are being tortured all over the world, their political rights are being infringed all over the world. It's the way human beings are behaving